Hey, it's Ray Doss with Creative Southeast again, here to give you another one of our little tidbits of information. Today we're actually going to talk over the course of 3 different videos about the DISC assessment. What DISC is, it's a personality assessment that we really like to use, especially with our family enrichment events, because we find it works for kids as young as 10. It's very simple to do, very easy to understand, doesn't take a lot of time to take the test, and it's pretty easy to break down. We may eventually get around to doing the MBTI, which is our larger assessment we use for marriage and leadership development, but for now we're going to start fairly simple. So the basic rundown of how the next couple of videos will go is this. I will start today with the overview, the introduction, and how to take the assessment, as well as the major ways the DISC assessment, the DISC personalities blend together. Tomorrow we'll do the D and the I breakdown, and then we'll do the SC and then a quick wrap up. So let me grab the form and I'll show you how to use it. All right, so how about the assessment? We use this very simple half-sheet assessment. It's not the official one, but we find it's really simple, really easy to explain, and it's accurate enough for what we're trying to do here. So it's broken down like this. 4 columns. Each column is made up of a series of rows. So you take each row across and you score them on a scale of 1 to 4. 1 being the word in this blank does not describe me at all. It is almost the opposite of me. With 4 being, yep, that describes me really, really well. Each row will have a score 1, 2, 3, and 4. Every row's got to have 1 to 4. Once you get through all of them, and go back and reread them if you need to, but try to go with your gut reaction as much as you can. At the bottom of each column, you'll see a total slot. Just add up all the numbers in that column, get your totals. Across this blank line at the top, on column 1, put a D, I, S, and C, the 4 letters of the DISC. So if you scored highest in column 1, that means you're a D. I, S, C down the line. Now if you've got 2 columns that are scored the same or only 1 or 2 off from each other, you're probably a dual type. And we'll describe that in a little bit later, what that means. So this is the assessment. It's real simple. We found children as young as 8 with a little help from their parents can easily do this all the way up to adults. We like it because it's simple, it's quick. This should honestly take you less than 5 minutes to knock out. So with that, let's get into discussing exactly what these are. The DISC is a simple but effective personality assessment. We like it in particular because it's simple and very easy for people to understand. In particular, we find children are very comfortable with the DISC. There are 2 ways we can get combined types. We can split them along the horizontal axis and get DIs and SCs, or we can break it on the vertical axis and get DCs and ISs. You will not see opposites combined because the trait type is too dissimilar. When we're looking at DIs tend to be very fast-paced and outspoken. They're very much go-getters, and you never have to worry what's on their mind. They're going to let you know pretty quickly. SCs, however, tend to be more cautious and reflective. They tend to be more introverted, and they tend to not be as willing to talk about what they're thinking and feeling. That said, they are very reliable because they've thought through everything they're going to do and say so incredibly well. You know if they say they're going to do something, they're probably going to do it. DIs balance SCs by pushing them forward. DIs are very forward-moving, which means they're going to push an SC to actually do what needs to be done. SCs balance DIs out by the fact that they're able to slow them down some, make them think through alternatives, consider consequences maybe the DI in their rush to move forward hadn't considered yet. You need both types. Breaking down the middle on the vertical axis gives us the DCs and the ISs. If you're a DC, you're very questioning and skeptical. You look at the world and you want to know what's going on in it. You don't tend to take things at face value very much. Because of this, you can sometimes appear cold and calculating. A consideration if you're a DC and how you relate to other people. That said, because they're questioning, because they're skeptical, and because they love knowing everything ahead of time, when a DC makes up their mind about something, you can pretty well be sure it's a good decision, or at least on the right path. An IS, however, is going to be very accepting and warm. The very open and energetic nature of the I blends nicely with the workhorse reliability of the S. These people are very open, very willing to get out there and meet people, get to know people. By the same note, a pitfall an IS will fall into is being overly welcoming. It's very easy for an IS to get hurt, emotionally or physically, because they are so accepting and warm. And they do take a lot of things more personal than a DC will. Tomorrow, we'll discuss the individual types, starting with Ds and Is. And hopefully this will help bring the whole thing together. Until next time, see you then.